Welcome everyone, thanks so much for joining us here at DHL Stadium, which is a picture perfect day for rugby. The sun is out, it's midwinter, sun is out, not a breath of wind, and we're ready for a start of a new era. Kicking off a new era with the DHL Stormers Bolts in action for the first time ever against Sharks Gen, which is their under-20 side. It's been a season of change for the Stormers rugby, but also for South African rugby in the way that we structure the junior competitions. Stormers rugby, of course, consolidating the brands. So we've got our junior sides and our Colin Curry Cup side now playing under the Stormers brand. We've got the DHL Stormers 23 in action against the Hollywood Bet Sharks 15 in the Colin Curry Cup a little bit later today. But before that, we're going to watch the first ever game from the DHL Stormers Bolts. We've made the shift from under 19 and under 21s to consolidated under 20 competition. Joined here as usual by Gareth Wright. Gareth, your thoughts on the new competition in terms of being under 20 and being in line with the, what they do at World Rugby level? I remember when I was under 19, there was a World Rugby under 19 and under 21 championship. But quite a long time ago, World Rugby moved to under 20 as the standard for the juniors. It makes a lot of sense for SA Rugby to be in line with that.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. It's great to be here. And perfect day, as you mentioned. That's exactly what you want. You want it to be aligned with the under 20 competition for World Rugby. It makes logical sense as we see the Sharks have entered the fray. Of course, very excited to see this Bolt side, 5 of which you were in that ever-present SA under 20 side that won that World Rugby competition, the World Cup, as we see the Stormers Bolts coming onto the field, led by their captain, Aidan Acosta, in another number 7 jersey. Look out for Jack Bernardi, and of course Jordan Searkamp, who've got pace to burn, and of course Gert Kemp, who was a real standout in that under 20 World Cup, wearing the number 6 jersey.
No, Gareth, agreed. It's a strong DHL Stormers Bolts side for sure, but what we must also remember is there are 5 players who are eligible for this team who are going to play for the DHL Stormers 23 in the Colin Curry Cup. I was chatting to head coach Jonathan de Volt just before, while they were warming up, and he said there's actually 14 players not eligible through injury or through being with the senior team. Obviously guys like Yakeen Ahmed, Ollie Reed, these are junior Springbok superstars who are not even on the field. But nonetheless, we've got a strong team out today.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's great to see the depth coming through in the Stormers Bolts side. As we see our referee in shot, Stian Marks, who will be adjudicating this afternoon's clash in this fixture opener with the Stormers Bolts against the Sharks under 20. Of course, the Sharks will be looking into that sun, no wind to speak of, as Solomons gets us underway.
Backwards.
Sharks Gen fumbled in the 22, but they managed to secure it. Good pressure from the DHL Stormers Bolts there.
No.
And Sharks Gen just doing their best to dig themselves out of a hole early on here. Good intensity from the outset from the young Bolt side. It's hoisted. Just outside the 22.
Backwards.
Good contest in the air. It looks like we'll have an early line out. DHL Stormers Bolts with an early chance to attack here.
In fact, it's the Sharks who've knocked it on through their right winger, Matwetwa, and an early opportunity now for this Stormers Bolt side to lay down a marker at scrum time. Of course, littered in that front row. And look out for Henry du Plessis in that tight head position as we see an almighty thunderous blow going on. That's a noonday gun, of course, Michael. You'll be a fate to that.
Midday rugby. Gotta love it. DHL Stadium bathed in sunshine. We've got some people out here already enjoying the early kickoff. Settling in for a great afternoon with the Colin Curry Cup game on a bit later. Of course, this DHL Stormers Bolts front row, missing the likes of Ollie Reed, Donnie Creer, Altus Rabi, all in action or injured for other teams. So this is basically the next front row down for the first choice.
Absolutely, the next generation. Let's see what happens at scrum time. It'll be the live wire and Jaden Brits, the short-haired terrier, to feed the scrum.
Jaden Brits, good player. One of the 6 players in the Matchday 23 that's at the Stormers Rugby Institute this year. So first year out of school, born in 2007, Gareth.
Mike, I think you're in your early 30s.
Full break foot, please. Both of us
Not far.
Full break foot.
Not far at all. 2007.
Of course,
Give it full
you
break
touched on Jaden Brits, born in 2007. Of course, this is being broadcast live on Stormers television. So click on the link and support our boys.
Make sure you subscribe to Stormers TV. We're also running a competition today, Gareth. If you can tell us which other South African team is live streaming an under-20 game this weekend, you can win a signed jersey. I don't know if you know the answer to that one.
I think it's only us, Michael.
That's right.
Early penalty, scrum penalty going the way of the Stormers Bolts side. It looked like Henry Duplessis got the better of his opposite man in Jeff Singo. And it'll be early ascendancy now for Ryan Solomons to put it as close as he can to that 5-meter line. You can bet your bottom dollar that there's a more coming the Sharks' way.
Yeah, here we go. I mean, early set piece ascendancy, that's what you want. First scrum of the game, straight into the corner. Great opportunity for this DHL Stormers Bolts pack.
Now, can Almira Kaza find his jumpers?
Goes up. Yeah, they've done well. It's in the middle. And they've got them all going there. Making some good progress towards the line. And it looks like they've crashed over. And it's a try. Early strike from the DHL Stormers Bolts.
It looks like it's Almira Kaza who's got in for the opener. Great work from the set piece. Strong scrum led to the 5-meter line out, and it looks like the Bolts have managed to draw first blood in this opener in this under-20 competition. And it is.
That's basically page 1 of the textbook. When Jonathan de Volt sat down this week and said, guys, how do we want to start? Why don't we win an early scrum penalty on the 22 and then maul them over from there? Beautiful.
Great start. Now, no win to speak of now. Can Rayon Solomons add the extras? Beautiful conditions to kick a rugby ball in.
$15 seconds.
Solomons will be looking to thread it through with the left foot here.
10.
Strike is solid and over she goes. So it is this Bolt side who shoot out into an early lead, and they lead their counterparts from KZN by 7-0.
That is just exactly what they would have wanted. Playing in your first ever game at home, kick off with an early try. Sharks Gen with the deep kickoff now. And the Bolts take it up to the 22. On the left foot from Brits. And he's hoisted that one high, but there's not much of a chase. Bernardi gets up there. Oh, he's lost his footing at the back there. But it's bounced into touch. And it'll be a line out just outside the 22.
Somewhat fortunate, Rayon Solomons, that has bundled into touch. Could have easily have got folded in field, and the Sharks should have been in for an equalising score. However, you've got to be cognizant of the fact that a lot of this part of the field is in a shaded area, and it's very, very slippery underfoot.
Right. Well, we saw some impressive set piece work from the Bolts side. Let's see what the Sharks Gen team can do with a bit of possession on the 22. Managed to secure it again, and they managed to get there more moving forward. So both teams finding some good momentum from the set piece early on. They managed to steer it towards the touchline and stop once now, the referee says. And they go route 1 at the inside centre. Chance for the Sharks Gen to show what they've got here. Good forward momentum in the carry as they move into the 22. And they've got numbers out wide. All show and go, and he's brought down on the line. They're right over that one. They're going to have to get numbers and form up in defence now. Sharks Gen looking to strike back immediately. Running, and they're right there on the try line. It's a pick and go.
Advantage, number 5.
Centimetres
offside.
short now. They've got to make use of this surely. Stormers Bolts showing some good commitment on defence in the trenches. Tackle after tackle now. Goes wide to the back line, and it's the cross kick. And DHL Stormers Bolts managed to disrupt that, but
Number 5,
there was an earlier
offside.
penalty.
To no avail, the crossfield kick coming in from
Number
the
5
Sharks
offside.
side. They just caught the Stormers Bolts out ever so slightly. They were very tight on defence, were the Bolts, and managed to get around them. The pick and go cam advantage going the way of the Sharks, and now they have a real opportunity to try equalise matters from 5 metres out in the lineup.
What do you do here, Gareth? 7-0 up, you know, opposition in your 22 for the first time. Do you go up and contest this one? Do you try and steal it away and get out with it without conceding a thing, or do you wait and sit for the maul?
Well, logic is saying that they've got all 8 in the maul. They've got the 6 at the tail. They'll have to stay down on the ground. Let them take the front ball if they can, and then try force them into touch.
Well, there's the front ball. Now can they force them into touch? They peel away, and it's the hooker. So both hookers have got over. Clinton Agu scores for Sharks Gen. Basically did exactly what the DHL Stormers Bolts did from the start. Marched into the 22, got some set-piece dominance, and it's the hooker who goes over for the try.
Simple as you like. Front ball given to the Sharks, and then they just peeled around the front, did Agu. Some porous maul defence from this Bolts under 20 side. They'll be very disappointed with their efforts, but some strong work by Agu, and he's managed to bundle through the efforts of a porous effort, one might add, of Jaden Britt.
Yeah, I just peeled off the back there, and it was hooker up against scrum off. There's only ever going to be one winner in that battle, isn't there? So
20 seconds.
it's Peter Berg with a chance to level things up here. A bit of a trickier conversion than his opposite number had a few minutes ago. Can he curl it in from the touchline? Struck it well, but it looks like it's just going away to the left. Okay, so DHL Stormers Bolts hold on to a 2-point lead, but it's been all action in the first 8 minutes here at DHL Stadium.
Yeah, we see the replay again. Given him easy front ball, that's fine, but then you've got to nullify the drive, of which the Bolts, unfortunately, were unable to do for their cause, and it's strong work by Agu, and he's got in for a well-worked try for the Sharks.
Okay, Solomon's with the restart again. See if Sharks Gen can protect it a little bit better this time. Up over the advantage line. Taking it out of the 22 now. And it's straight up the middle.
That's inside.
Looks like it's going to have to be a kick here. That's Jordan Steenkamp. We saw what he could do against Uruguay in the Junior World Championships. He's off on a run. Takes it up powerfully. Up over the 10-meter line. DHL Stormers Bolts. Ooh, huge hit in midfield there. Driven back. It's great defense from the Durban side. It's the captain, Eden DaCosta, getting over the advantage line. Now they can play, and they've got numbers. Solomon takes it wide. Bardenhorst is in there. Press with some good service, and it's the forwards now. So Solomon's going to have to kick this one. It's going to be a chase for Steenkamp. Rolls it out just short of the 22. So it's a net win in terms of territory there, Gareth.
Indeed it is. However, this Bolts side just showed a little bit of ineptness on attack. They needed to stop with the one-off runners, maybe pull it out the back and see if you can find space out wide. However, some strong defence in midfield by the Shark side.
No, absolutely. There were some massive hits coming in from the Durban side there, and in the end, good option to look for territory and find touch. So Solomon's doing well. Now let's see what the Sharks Gen side can do from their own 22. We've seen them be pretty efficient with the line-out drive in their own 20 in the opposition 22. This one goes to the back and is not taken cleanly. It's going to be a bit of pain for the guy who ended up with that ball. There is serious intensity on defense from both teams. Obviously very fired up. The beginning of the season, they're playing at DHL Stadium. You know, for these guys, a lot of whom were in school last year, it's a big moment, Gary.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's an efficient clearance by Zirk Meyer. And a certain danger has been averted for the Shark side.
I mean, we've seen over the last 2 years the Junior Springboks winning the Under-20 World Championships. I mean, the depth in this country at this age group, I was mentioning, 14 players not available to the Bolts today. Still littered with, star players. They secure the ball there on the halfway line. And Bardenhorst takes up in midfield. Solomon takes it high this time, and it's Jack Bernardi who's under this one. Can he get up? Yes, he gets there, and they win the scraps.
Knock on.
Sharks Gen over the ball. Looked to be a good steal, but it was lost
It is
forward.
good. There's a knock
So we'll
on.
have a scrum. We've seen one scrum so far and one scrum penalty.
Yeah. Good tactical nous coming in from around Solomon's. David Bardenhoff's just losing his footing again, the surface, and very slippery underfoot. However, it was a first knock on accrued from the Sharks, so it'll be the Bolts to feed the scrum.
The kicking game in terms of the contestable so important these days, Gareth. And Bernardi did so well to get up there and contest, win the
keep
ball
the
back,
elbow
and
off.
that's why they've got the opportunity to now set the platform in opposition territory.
It's a massive part of the game now. The transitions are what our sides are looking to work off and feed off. So good work in the aerial battle by the Stormers Bolts side, and they've won the feed to the scrum.
Right foot, hook
It's a short
up.
arm.
Right foot.
Brits will take it quickly. Let's see what the backline can do. Here goes Bardenhorst. He was so impressive for the junior Springboks. Aggressive carry. Here come the forwards now. Now Kaiser again, who gets up and goes.
Now you're pulling away.
It's quick ball now for the DHL Stormers Bolts. That's a great offload. Gets it away in the step inside. It's just short. And that's Steenkamp who finishes off.
Oh, fantastic interpassing between backs and forwards like that. Kemp fed his fellow loose forward who freed it up to Solomon's. Great work in midfield. Look at the work done by Bardenhoff. Popped up to Solomon, and then he tried to beat his man on the inside. Good cover defense coming in from the Sharks, but not enough for Jordan Steenkamp to get in for his first try in this competition and the Bolts' second of the afternoon.
That's Stormers rugby, isn't it, Gareth?
Okay.
You know, keeping the ball alive, offloading, really threatening in the 22. It's what you like to see from the youngsters. They obviously here to play. Solomons was vital to that try, getting the pass away to Steenkamp. Steenkamp reminds me of like a old-fashioned number 9 striker, where he's a finisher, where he's going to be ruthless. He's going to end up scoring a lot of tries. He's big, he's fast, and he's got a nose for the try line for sure.
And he was very impressive for Paul Roos last year. Again, filtered into that institute setup, and he's certainly come to life in the second half of the year. So it'll be Peter back to get us underway again, and the same as the previous restart to Randall John Davies, of course, well-educated young man from Rondebosch.
another big boy, Randall John Davids, and he took that one up hard.
That's a hard tackle. So
Solomon goes straight down the middle. Can they get connected on defence and put some pressure on the Durban side? They've opted to kick. And it's Bardenhorst, David Bardenhorst this time. Gives it to Bernardi. Such a dangerous runner, Jack Bernardi. DHL Stormers Bolts come away with it just outside their 22. Here goes DeCosta, the captain. Plenty of help from his mates. And Brits will look to hoist this one. What sort of chaser we got going here, guys? It's Bernardi again. He's looking for work early on. Jack Bernardi. Can he get up? Not quite. But it's a good counter-ruck from the home side. Putting a lot of pressure on at the breakdown. Surely that's going to come their way now. And it has. The follow-up there on the high ball, Gareth. Unbelievable. Won them the ball back, and now they've got the penalty.
well, great work. Great counter-rucking from Sam Bardenhoff. He got in a very strong position, drove those legs, and he's won his side the turnover, and then not rolling away were the Sharks under 20 side. So another opportunity for Rayon Solomons to carve off a bit of real estate down this grandstand touchline and get his pack back into the action.
Is that not the benefit of work rate? Now, that's not talent that those guys got there in numbers and were ready to blast over the ball like that. That's put your team in an incredibly strong position just because you wanted it, just because you were hungry, just because you ran as hard as you could and hit that ruck as hard as you could.
Well, it was a wonderful contestable kick from the scrum off in Jaden Brits that allowed his chasers to get in there and do the hard work at ruck time. Now, can Kaiser find his jumpers? Good work from Smith.
Right. So we've got another more rolling in the 22. Seen this one before. Splinters off and they come up. It's about 7 meters short of the line now. This time, That ball's not coming out. And the Sharks Gen will get the put in just short of their try line.
Well, interesting decision from
Breakfoot,
Steven Marks here. He initially had the arm out for advantage. However, the Sharks have done exceedingly well to wrap it up and win themselves a turnover.
Same on your side.
Right.
Let's keep the full break.
So we had 2 scrums so far. The first one was a full-on penalty for the Bolts. The second one was a short arm for the Bolts. Reckon we're in danger of seeing a completed scrum anytime soon, Gareth.
Very interesting to see how they go. Henry Duplessis is a very strong man, of course. Coupled with Kaiser and Zach Hickman. It's a very powerful front row.
Yeah, there was
But
only...
the pressure's coming from that back eight of this Bolt side. So in particular, that loose trio of Kemp, De Costa and Quinton Portgete, of course, they're putting an almighty second shove in on the Sharks pack, and it's proving to be fruitful for this Bolt side.
Portgete, another player with a big reputation from his school days at Paul Gym.
Ball is out.
Here we get a completed scrum. Sharks Gen come away with it. Scrappy as you like. Not quite a platform, but they managed to secure the ball in the 22. Kaiser up in defence there.
Stand inside. Nine, use
Now the
it.
Sharks side will look to kick. Marty's got it when he looked to go quickly. 14-5 up after 18 minutes here at DHL Stadium, and the DHL Stormers Bolts will get to come again from inside opposition territory from the line out.
What can they conjure up? The last 2 lineouts that hit it up in midfield, they've come back for either the contestable kick in the wider channels, but they need to show a little bit of enterprise to this Bolt side. There's plenty of real estate out wide.
Oh, that one's gone over the back.
That's terrible
Sharks
throw
Gen
from
come away
Kaiser.
with it. Didn't look very straight either, unfortunately.
2 goes.
Right, so this is
Practice
going to
form.
test the defence now. Lost the line out and you're giving away a penalty. Bang, bang. All of a sudden find yourself back in the 22.
Ruck is formed. Okay, we can kick that
It looks like the Sharks tight head prop, Ben Aiden Butter, just receiving a little bit of running repairs.
Fine, just off. Time's off.
It's been a pretty intense opening 20 minutes or 19 minutes so far, Gareth.
Coupled with this wonderful weather we're having down here in the Cape, 27 degrees, so the players will be somewhat relieved for a little bit of fluids and liquids to get inside of them. However, 2 tries to 1, 14 plays 5 on the scorecard.
Yeah, it is a beautiful day. Cape Town showing off, as they say. If you haven't already got your tickets for the Carling Curry Cup game, they're still on sale.
Okay, we're good to go.
You can watch the
Perfect.
YouTube stream on the way down in the Uber. But get down here. It's going to be a great afternoon of rugby. Of course, we've got 3 under-20s making their Carling Curry Cup debut for the DHL Stormers
Back on.
23. A guy called Marcus Miller. I don't know if you've heard of him. Then there's, of course, Donnie Clear, another junior world champion. And Altus Rabi, the hooker. Donnie and Altus on the bench. And Marcus starting at 13. That's a great kick from the away side here. They put themselves right on the money, and we've seen their only try come from a maul, Gareth. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is defended.
Well, the Bolts have got to lock in here. They've got to sort out their maul offence. They know it's going to go to the front again. So maybe close front and middle options. Get up this time. A surprise jump and try and win the ball in the contest.
No, they're waiting. Well taken from the Sharks Gen side. And again, they start to get some forward momentum from the maul. Both sides seem good pitch. And it's Agu again. I mean, I'd say carbon copy. He's gone the other side of the maul, but it's the same player and it's the same result.
Well, absolutely. You've stolen the words out of my mouth. Copy-paste here from Clinton Agu straight to the corner. Well, that's a warning sign for this Bolt side. They've had 2 attempts at stopping a maul from 5 meters out, and on both occasions they've failed dismally. So it's a good try. The second try for Clinton Agu, the second for his side. And that is most definitely a shot fired from this next generation Sharks under 20 side. Do not give away a penalty that they can maul within 10 meters, because it is 2 from 2 for those in black and white.
Yep. They clearly got that set piece operating quite well. I'm not so sure they're enjoying the same sort of ascendancy at scrum time, but the line-out drive certainly working for them. Here goes Peter Berg to add the extras. This time he's overcompensated, hasn't he? He shaved the left upright with his first attempt. This time he's played for the Howling Gale that wasn't quite there. Here we see again Sharks Gen setting well, and Argu getting the ball on the front foot once he peels around. Very tough to stop.
Just poor maul defence, fractured in front of the would-be tacklers of the Bolts.
To be fair, he's timed that really, really well, hasn't he, Gareth? Goes Solomons again, deep this time. And they let it bounce in the 22. It's edgy from the Sharks Gen. Taken up well, though. Some good form momentum in the carry. And this time the Durban side, once again, looking to exit from their 22. That one straight out, and we'll see the Bolts come from about the 10-meter line now.
One thing about Zirk Meyer, his game management has been efficient. He's exited when he has to with aplomb, and he's managed to keep the Sharks Gen side going forward. However, it's the Bolts who would be a little bit concerned now. They need to find a little bit of rhythm. It's been somewhat disjointed, and they need to get their pack into the game. One just feels at scrum time they've got it, but it's the other facets of the game that they're battling with.
Here goes Badenhorst. It's Sam Badenhorst, of course, at 12. We've also got David Badenhorst at fullback. And this time the Sharks not rolling away.
Tackle needs to roll. Still is good. Tackle
Brits thought about going quickly. Thought better of it. Gives it to his halfback partner. And it's been a bit of stop-start here, Gareth. Quite a lot of penalties. Quite a lot of set-piece possession for both teams. We've seen a lot of attacking lineouts.
You know what's coming now, Maki? It's going to be a maul from this Bolt side. They've got strong momentum from the mauls that they've had earlier in this contest, and it's no different to the Sharks side. Two packs going at it, hammer and tongs, but the Bolts will want to make this count now.
Yeah, we've seen 2 tries from mauls from the away side. And Kaiser getting the early try for the DHL Stormers Bolts. This one not really making much ground. It's well defended by the Sharks Gen. A little bit of forward momentum now, but one feels it needs to go to the back line. Forwards are saying no. Leave it to us. They look fairly well set there.
Use it!
Referee getting involved now, so Brits lets it go. Trucked up hard. Plenty of support, but he's not found ground. Here comes Brits again with the forwards this time. Some huge hits from the Sharks Gen side. They are really fired up to do something here today. And DaCosta putting his body on the line as ever. Solomon is absolutely monstered on the 22. Sharks Gen have pushed these guys right back about 15 meters now. Can they get something going? Again, they met. Those tackles around the rucks are ferocious. Goes wide this time, offloads, lost forward, and the away side come away with the ball. I mean, that is just reward for some incredible defense from the visitors, Gareth.
Absolutely. Very strong defensive set from the Sharks, Jen. But here we see Bernardi. Now, what can he conjure up?
Bernardi's got pace.
Oh, and he's been wrapped around the neck.
I mean, surely that's all good. Okay, well, Stormers Bolts at least managed to keep possession. And again, it's the forwards asking the Sharks Gen side to make some big tackles. And so far, they've shown a willingness to do so. Brits this time puts it high. Still come to chase. That one looks like it's been lost forward. Referee agrees. And we'll come back for a scrum, surely, if they don't make anything of this. Playing the advantage for the Sharks Gen. Meyer gives it to Dutoy, who was the late change to the Sharks Gen side. The only change from the team that they announced. Meyer now hoists.
Advantage over.
And there'll be another contestable. Oh, that one's fumbled.
Backwards.
There's a player down in back play, but they're playing on. DHL Stormers Bolts now just short of the halfway. Solomon with the cross kick now. There goes Bernardi, and he's got it clean. Now watch the Sharks move. That is a great tackle from the big number 11, Luan Williams. showing good pace to reel Jack Minardi down,
Clear release.
and
Number
Sharks
9.
Gen have earned a penalty for his efforts as well.
Oh, brilliant cross-covering tackle from Williams.
Number 9. Clear release.
Good option from Rayon Solomons. He found the kick space out wide for Bernardi, but Bernardi should have put boot to ball right here. Now he had a whole lot of prairie out in front of him.
Surely you thought Bernardi was gone there. Williams doing incredibly well. Again, been a standout from the Sharks Gen side is their defence. Been really impressive today. They really stood up, shown that they can force their way out of the 22.
They're very strong defensively around the mall, and you've seen around ruck time there 10 to 70 on defence. They've put in some thunderous hits. So the Stormers Bolts have got to come up with a new plan. They've got to try to stretch this Sharks next generation side a little bit wider and try to get some reward out wide.
The thing is, Gareth, there's no shortage of talent in the Bolts backline. Yeah, they need to back these guys to do the job. Agu with the feed again, and it's quality ball for the visitors as they go up towards the 22.
Nice. You're pulling the body.
Under pressure now. Dominic Sinclair, the block, coming in, making his presence felt. Meyer coordinating things for the Sharks Gen. Lucy's in over that one, but the ref says you need to let him go
Spin is
first.
good. Tackler needs to roll.
Not rolling away.
Great work initially by Porchita with a tackle, but he needed to roll away to allow Kaiser to have a crack at the ball. As we see a
one's
wonderful
gone
touch for one. Oh, he's found it on the 5 metre line. So again, it's a litany of penalties that are allowing the Sharks next gen side to stay in this contest.
Was that an away swinger, Gareth? Did he hold the shiny side on the inside there to get it into the corner?
Well, it depends. It depends if you're a left-handed bowler or a right-handed bowler, Michael. In swingers for the left-handers.
Right, now we've seen this one before. Line out for Sharks Gen on the Stormers Bolts try line. Watch that man, Clint Agu, as he's looking for his hat-trick. Great forward momentum again is brought down, and the try is given. Good luck identifying who scored. It wasn't Agu this time. But that puts the Sharks Gen into the lead for the first time today.
Well, Stormers Bots have some serious half-time
On the line.
plans to be made, because it's yet another copy-paste try from this Sharks next generation side. They got them all rumbling forward. All 8 were in there, and they fractured this Bolt side to get in for their third of the afternoon.
Yeah, it's the open side. Imivuyo Kemka scored that one. It was a punch from the maul. Wasn't going to get back to the hooker. Didn't need to, though. They were over the line.
Now, Peter Berg has missed his previous 2. Can he get the radar up and running? No, it's away to the left yet again. And if it wasn't for the fact that he's left his kicking boots in the change room, they would have been 7 points to the good. This next generation Sark side, as we see them burning this Bolt side from close quarters. Some serious plans need to be made by the coaching staff of this Bolt side.
Gareth, we've got a game in our hands here. It's 15-14 after 29 minutes. We're going a point a minute. The first half an hour of this SA Rugby U20 Cup here at DHL Stadium has been great to watch. People who've come out early, enjoying a great game of rugby before we get stuck into some Carling Curry Cup action. Solomons again. Can they grab the initiative back, the DHL Stormers Bolts, and take some momentum into half time? You know, they came out obviously fired up, playing hard. It's the last 10 minutes of the first half that's really going to test, you know, can you sustain that intensity?
Well, it's the same from the Bolts. They need to mix it up, Mikey. As I said, they've kicked it into that part of the field 3 times. They haven't got one reward. So how do you force the Sharks side to have a poor exit that you can have a crack at them? They've just allowed Meyer, who's very strong on that right boot towards the right-hand touchline, to get an excellent clearance away. And kudos to him. He really has marshaled his pack well, has Zirk Meyer in the number 9 jersey.
Yeah, he's looked good, hasn't he? kicking game
Step nine.
especially strong. Kaiser missing his jumper again, and that one's lost forward. Sharks Gen allowed to come away with it. That's the second. Oh, it's an intercept from Bernardi. Read it perfectly, but unfortunately it's knocked on. And now David's having to do some work to bring down the fullback, Stefan Moorman. Pukira putting his head in there. Still kick over the top.
Advantage is over.
DHL Stormers Bolts come away with it. Fullback David Barton was doing some good work there to clean up. And they've got a chance to relieve the pressure.
Oh, this time, cynical play from Argu just went off his feet at the critical
Off
juncture.
feet number 2.
And it is David Bartnos to save the blushes of this Stormers Bolts
Oh,
side.
Bernardi thought he was away there.
So it'll be Solomon to try and relieve some pressure.
Oh, that's gone straight to Williams.
That's a poor
That's a
effort.
terrible outcome. Williams done well to
Advantage.
secure
Number
it.
9 on his knee making a tackle.
And it's Mayo who goes over the top again. Allowed to bounce, but well fielded by Bardenhorst. It's taken a touch. Offside call from the referee.
Number 9 making a tackle on his knees.
Well, I find that
Number 9
absolutely
making a
bizarre. It's
tackle
been
on your
touched
knees.
by one of the Sharks players. He's quite entitled to have a go and make the
tackle on
tackle,
his knees.
but he's penalised. In fact, it looks like he's penalised Bernardi for no arms in the previous tackle. So
Gareth, I actually think I can see Clint Argu licking his lips from here. We've got a line out in the 22. We've seen the Sharks Gen team be ruthless from this sort of position before. He's loving life, isn't he?
he's just picking a few sweets off for himself. Easy as you like. You know what's going to be coming. It's going to go to a front jumper. They're going to set them all, and they're going to try and get all 8 in there to try and rumble it over from about 18 or so meters from the Bolts try line.
You heard it here first on Stormers TV, everyone. Gareth Wright, the soothsayer,
That's
calling the
once.
line-out moves before they even happen. Why wouldn't you subscribe to this channel? Again, it's a strong maul
Advantage, number
from the
2,
Sharks Gen
Simon,
side, and
please.
again they've got advantage. And again, it's Agu taking on this DHL Stormers Bolts defense. The urban side have really said we're going to take this one on up front. I looked at it as an opportunity. There's obviously quite a few injuries to the DHL Stormers Bolts up front. We named that front row that aren't here today.
They're coming nice and solid. When they're coming around with different guys, they're chucking
It's been route
I'll have a
one
look for you,
from the
but picture
visitors.
At the moment,
Well, now it's
still
a
the
team
same
warning
ball
for the
form.
Costa.
We
It's
need to
been
sharpen
some
up the discipline in this area.
indifferent
Quickly have a
ball
chat.
defense,
Yeah,
one
we can
might
have a
add. And I'll tell you what, it's a coach's nightmare because they've got to adjust their plans. The messages have
He's
got to
just
go
chatting,
upstairs, from upstairs to downstairs, get up in the air, try to do something different because at the moment they're plugging the same things into the machine on this Bolt side and they are certainly ending up with their tails firmly between their legs at more time.
Yeah, it's been a tough day at the office. Just the number of mauls that they've had to defend as well. It's got to be energy sapping.
And of course, that tires your pack up, Mike.
Yeah.
You've just alluded to the fact that it's energy sapping. You've got to make plans to get up, win that front pod, or just force him to do something different.
Here we go again. And this time, it's a try scorer, Kemka. Had to go again. Brought down just short. DHL Stormers Bolts found themselves in that corner once more, defending their line for all they're worth. Ball spills out. Kemka has a go. He's brought down.
Ball is out.
And there's one Sharks Gen player, the other side of the poles. Got the 14 of them right there, and they've scored again.
It looks like it's Aidan Witter who's got in for the Sharks' 4th try of the afternoon. It's a bonus point try for this Sharks next gen as they hit the front by 6 points with a conversion to come. And of course, they've alternated the goal kicker. It's now Jordan who will take over those responsibilities. But again, too high at the breakdown from this Bolt side. They've just been picked off in numbers, and it all stems from some ill discipline in midfield. That line-out maul is proving very fruitful for the black and white side. And it is now the opportunity for Jordan to add the extras.
Gareth, every single try has been scored in the same corner. And then Jordan, adds the 2 to take them to 22-14 up. 5 minutes to go in this first half. Every single try has been scored in the same corner, and every single try has been preceded by a line-out drive. It's been a case of, as you said, copy-paste or keg veer for the Sharks gen side, and it's working, so why would they change?
Well, I'll tell you what, the Stormers Bolts side can't wait for half-time to come quick enough. They need to make some adjustments in that pack because it's not working for them. For the Sharks, well, they just want to continue in the same vein.
14, back.
Again, Solomons has opted for that tactic. Again, they'll be carried into midfield. And once again, you can bet your bottom dollar that Zirkma is going to stick it up into the heavens.
It's a good carry from the visitors, taking the ball just outside the 22.
Back.
This time, it's Berg with the fancy footwork, trying to jinx his way
Yeah.
through the defence.
No. Yeah, inside.
Mayer takes control again. He's been good from the base. Finds a good touch. No, he's controlled the game well.
That's another efficient clearance from Zirkma. He's been a real standout for this Shark side outside of their pack who have worked tirelessly. And of course, if you just joined us, it is the Stormers Bolts who trail the Sharks next gen under 20 side by 8 points, 22 plays 14 with a little over 3.5 minutes to go in this first half.
Right now, Kaiser, can he find a line-out jumper? It's also been a source of frustration. Goes to the middle, and this one can go out to the back line. And it's Pokita in the back line. Stays on his feet well, gets over the advantage line, and now they can play. They're on the front foot. Solomon spots some space in the corner. Has he got a bit too much gas on that one? If that rolls dead, it's going to be a disaster. No.
Well, there's just too much meat on the bone from Solomon. The idea was right, but they've had precious little of the ball, and every time they've had it, they've opted to go to the boot. They need some serious alignment come attack time, and this time it has gone the way of the Sharks with a scrum feed just on the other side of halfway.
I guess, Gareth, the frustration I was mentioning earlier with all the line-out drives for the Sharks side, how do they get that possession in the 22? It's from penalties being given away in the middle of the field. The only reason they're there in the first place is ill discipline from the DHL Stormers Bolts in the middle of the field.
And it's double penalties that kill you, Mark. So if you got back penalty 1, penalty 2, all of a sudden you've given up 70 meters and you're having to defend them all. It tires your pack out. The Sharks, however, have been full value for their 8-point lead going into halftime. They certainly have mauled this Bolts side.
Yeah, well, we got just over 2 minutes before halftime, and it's a scrum on halfway. It's a good contest. Both teams going at it. And this time, the call goes the way of the DHL Stormers Bolts. Right now, I was talking about discipline in the middle of the field. Here's an opportunity for the home side.
First things first, Solomon has got to find a sizable touch. He's got to try get it in and around the 22-meter area, or even better, inside that 22-meter area. Then they've got to sort out their line-out, try get a bit of shape on attack, and get some points before half-time.
Well, he's found touch that time, so that's a good start. Just outside the 22.
Well, they need to show some enterprise on attack as we see the Bolts side trundling up. They need to show a little bit more energy. Try get some reward going into halftime. Cut it down to a 1 or a 2-point ball game.
Front ball. And this one goes out to Brits. Sam Bardenhorst steps one. Again makes it over the advantage line. He's a consistent inside centre, Bardenhorst. Here goes Kaiser. The head of steam. Now it's Solomon's. Sharks gen up quickly on defence. And they've caught them there. Been really impressive defensively, the Durban side, in this first half. Brits now. And it goes wide. It's David Bardenhorst. Big, lanky, loping strides. Brits now doesn't have much support there, does he, down the blind side? It's going to have to be Bernardi from the base here. Kaiser again. He's done well. He mows over one defender. Brits now hits a pot of forwards. And they spin it wide. They've got a space now. It's got to go. Get it wide. And there goes Steenkamp. Can he cut back inside? In the 22 now. It happens when you just get around, and sniping around the fringes now is Brits again. Forwards take over. That's big Zach Hickman. They're right there now. DHL Stormers Bolts got a score. The hoot is gone. Take a bit of momentum into half time. They're right in the shadow of the poles in this midday game. Solomon's now. Bardenhorst again. Oh, he's got the offload away. Beautiful. There goes Bernardi. And they won't catch him. Dots down in the corner. That's exactly what they needed, Gareth. You know, just a little bit of forward momentum on the 22.
For the first time, Mike, they got their attack going wide. They splintered the Sharks side after just holding on to the ball for 3 or so phases. They got around them from some deft catching and passing, and it's proved fruitful. And that surely is the way to go against
Let's have a look here.
Sharks side.
Randall John Davids gives it to Jack Bernardi, and he's in the corner. That was ruthless stuff on attack from the DHL Stormers Bolts. You know, we've been singing the praises of this Sharks Gen defense. They managed to get around it that time, just create a bit of space. So here we have Solomons looking to add the extra 2, make it a 1-point game once more at half time. It's going to be charged down yet. He gets it away. That's a great kick from Solomons. He's absolutely nailed that under pressure. He had Stefan Woolman bearing down on him. Didn't seem to matter. And it's 22-21 to the Sharks Gen at half time here at DHL Stadium against the DHL Stormers Bolts. 4 tries to 3. It's been a great start to the SA Under-20 Cup. Gareth.
Absolutely. So 22 plays 21 at half time. As you mentioned, 7 tries in this first half. Join us for the second half in a few moments' time.
This is brilliant for Western Province.
For generations, this place has made players, a heritage unrivaled, a rugby community unlike any other, the pinnacle for young talent in our region, a place where belief begins and legends are made. But every journey has a next step. In the professional era, clarity matters. One system, one standard, one professional identity. Forged in province, now united as Stormers.
As a Cape Townian, I remember going to watch villagers play, but actually before that I remember going to Newlands. I must have been 4 or 5 years old, and yeah, I even got a chance to ball boy. You know, the late Prof Tinky Haynes used to get Ronderwash boys to ball boy, and I remember ball boying at Newlands. So yeah, just grew up and then grew up through the Men in Black era. You know, I was a teenager watching people who've been colleagues of me now, Robbie Fleck and the like, Skinstad, watching them with the Stormers and just remaining a fan. Decided I wanted to do a business science at UCT and majoring in organizational psychology. So a slightly different route from a lot of people who go finance. But I love the idea of bringing people together and helping people be better at what they do. And it was quite a cool story because when I decided to start this business, it was just like, you know, look for a few people to work with. And I was meeting Howie Khan, and in walked John Dobson to the room, and I got chatting and I said, would you mind if I did a workshop with your under-21 side? I don't know how, but he said yes. I came, I did a workshop. He said it was quite good, come again. We ended up beating the Bulls on the weekend. He said, well, you got to come next week. We ended up beating the Sharks. He said, well, you got to stay with us till the end of the competition. And Dobbo is so generous. He flew me, I think, on his own money to the final at Kings Park with the under-21 side. I had to go fly up 6 hours earlier. The guys came anyway. I did a workshop with a team the night before the game, and Rassie Erasmus was the director at the time. He sat in front of me, so I was a bit nervous. Anyway, we won the game. And it so happened that a month later, Rassie, Dobbo, and Alistair then said, would you come and work with the Stormers? And that was actually when I started, 2011. if I think about the people that I've been exposed to, from Rassie to Dobbo to Gary Gold, I had a season at the Sharks with Currie Cup team. There's so many coaches that I've had the privilege of working with and learn from that I think that maybe gave me the opportunity to then get into the UCT space and coach from there. It was an unbelievable experience coaching UCT. I'm so grateful for the club. I'm so grateful that they took a chance on me to be the head coach. I'm happy to say I'm not conventional. In many ways, I'm very unreasonable. I think I've been very lucky to be exposed to a lot of great environments and understand high performance and understand bringing people together. And they took a chance on me. And as I often say, I think I was as good as the people around me. I think there's a misconception that Tom comes in and it's all hugs and high fives and we talk about a good culture. Like what is a good culture? Good culture is people who are working bloody hard and doing it consistently, So I think first and foremost I'm competitive and I want to breed a culture and an environment of competition. I want people to want to get better. I want us to push each other all the time. Aspiration is greater than expectation. Aspiration, think about it when you're a youngster and you're playing with your son in the garden and you're hitting balls. Like that boy or girl is aspirational. They're just excited. Then you get older and we get expectation. We're like, I should be doing this and I should be doing that, and should for me is a swear word. So I want to create aspiration for these guys, not expectation. Well done, well done, well done, well done. The connections matter. Rugby is an unbelievably connected sport. We talk about microcoms on the field all the time. The 9's got to know the 10. They don't have to all be friends. They don't have to all ride together. But I need to get the best out of you and you need to get the best out of me. And I'm not going to stop at any length to make sure that guys connect, so that when it comes to the game time, that we go hard. And I think that if I'm watching as a fan, and I am a fan as well, I want to watch a team that's getting better and that they're unbelievably brave and connected. And I think you will see that.
Welcome back here to DHL Stadium. We're at halftime of this SA Rugby U20 Cup game between the DHL Stormers Bolts and the Sharks Gen. First 40 minutes of rugby ever for the DHL Stormers Bolts, the under-20 side. And it was an engaging 40 minutes. 4 tries from the visitors, 3 tries from the home side. You can see Neil Powell, former Blitzbox Sevens coach, having quite a lot to say to the young Sharks at halftime. DHL Stormers Bolts are done with their halftime oranges and ready to go again. It's been an interesting clash so far. Sharks side being impressive on defense and then ruthless when they get the opportunity for their forwards to go to work with an attacking lineouts. DHL Stormers Bolts maybe showing a bit more on attack through the back line. Got an offloading game, being able to find some space in behind. We've seen the likes of Sam Bardnos and Jack Bernardi come to the fore in the first half. We're going to need a big shift from the forward pack. They're really going to have to stand up against the Sharks Gen pack, who've been really impressive in the first 40. Fitness will obviously come into it. Another thing will be cohesion. It's obviously the first match that these teams have ever played together. So we'll only see them get better as they get used to each other. Of course, as we mentioned, there were 5 players in the Stormers Bolts team that have been in Georgia until very recently, playing for the junior Springboks and busy lifting that trophy. So as they get integrated, as the season unfolds, I'm sure we'll see more fluency. But so far, 3 tries in that first 40, 1 point in it. Great rugby on a Saturday afternoon at DHL Stadium.
Absolutely, Mike. You touched on the fact now, autoplay for halftime. 2 contrasting, conflicting messages would be had in those coaches' boxes come halftime. Sharks more of this and slow it down, get to the line, I'll try more than. For the Stormers Bolts side, they want to take them wide, come back wide again. That's where they found the best reward. And that was shown just before the halftime break. Nothing in it, 40 to play, 1 point separating these two sides in favour of this Sharks Next Generation side. However, it is this Stormers side who will be buoyed by that last minute try and conversion from Solomon as it's all to play for in this opener in the under-20 competition down here at the DHL Stadium.
Always important to score just before halftime. Also nice to score just after halftime, isn't it?
Captain.
Almost get the feeling that the next team to score here has a real chance of taking this game by the scruff of the neck, because it's been pretty tight stuff in the first 40. There's Randall John Davids. And the ball is put out into touch by Brits. His opposite number, Zirk Meyer, been really impressive with the boots in terms of how he was managed to get out of the 22 consistently in that first half.
Just a little bit of a breeze that's picked up here at the backs of this DHL Stormers Bolts side. Not much to speak of, probably about a 10-kilometer wind, but it'll help the players somewhat.
They don't call him Gareth Wind Guru right for nothing, everyone. Thanks for the update, Gareth. Yeah, obviously vitally important. We've seen Solomons nail all 3 of his conversions. The last one after the hooter, under some serious pressure from the Sharks Gen fullback Moorman. And this first time the line-out has been contested successfully, and Steenkamp comes away with it. So must have been a message at half-time. Let's get them in the air. Let's try and disrupt what the Sharks Gen pack are doing from the line-out, because in the first half they were just sitting and waiting. Brits hoists. And that one is lost forward. It looks like Pukiru comes away with it. Brits now looking to get the offload away, but he's done well. And the DHL Stormers Bolts have it just short of halfway. Here comes DaCosta, leading from the front, the captain. One of the players that was born in 2006 and is actually under 20 and not under 19. Brits with another good kick. And he's turned the winger. Tough one over the shoulder. They've got to follow up on this. It's Bartnorst. Manages to stay on his feet. It's good defense in the end. Here goes Pukida. Bartnorst looked like he could have maybe finished that. It was good pressure. It was a good kick from Brits, and it was good pressure on the kick. That's so important. Costa shifts the point of contact. There goes Solomons with the cross kick. That one's not going to work out. Williams is there to cover. And there was no advantage for anything there, Gareth.
Call on drop out.
Well, I just thought Solomons needed to spin that through the hands. He had numbers to burn on the outside.
It's a short restart.
Well, that's...
Let's reset. Now let's reset.
Sure, surely that's play on referee marks. We saw that Cheslin Colby. He managed to get in for a try against Argentina, exactly the same as that, and conceded one, of course.
Yeah.
It was great to see Cheslin coming back to this part of the world, Marco. I'm sure he's
back where he belongs.
Yeah,
for sure. Steenkamp lets that one bounce into touch. Probably the right call in the end. DHL Stormers Bolts will have a line out just outside the 22. Now, we're saying they wanted to, take the game by the scruff of the neck, make something happen early in the second half.
Well, if you look where they've got Gert Kemp. Now, Gert Kemp is standing outside of the outside centre, Randall John Davies. So they've got to get the ball in his hands. Try to get to that 60-40 part of the field, and then have 2 sides to attack with. If the Sharks underfold, they can go open side. If they don't, then they come back on the close.
Bartnorst takes it up. Kemp still lurking out there, out wide, ready to cause havoc if they can get the ball to him. Kaiser trucks it up straight up the middle though. Here it goes. Brits to Solomons. Sharks Gen side up quickly in defence. Davids with some silky skills for a big guy. And they've got quick ball. Now, this DHL Stormers Bolts team. Can they get around the defence in the way that they did at the end of the second half? It was really impressive. Before they do anything, they've got to get it on the front foot, and that's what the forwards are busy with. Good clean out at the breakdown. Here it goes for Solomons again, the inside ball. Big Zach Hickman comes up to the 22. Apologies, there's Hickman there. Some really strong carrying, but not really making much ground. They kind of, since that line out, been taking it back and forth on the 22. The Sharks Gen defence showing some really good discipline. And the DHL Stormers Bolts have it under pressure again. I feel like there needs to be a break here somehow. Another strong carry. They've managed to secure possession. Haven't really managed to go forward too much. There's Solomons. He gets a wide. There's Kemp now. Stretch his legs. And he gets offload away. That's Bernardi. Stepping from Bernardi. Inside, then outside. Binner Bater. And you see him between the poles a little bit later.
And that's what we've been calling out for Gert Kemp to take it up through the guts of the Sharks under 20 side, which he did with aplomb, and he got the offload away to Bernardi, and that is the Stormers Bolts. Fourth try of the afternoon, brilliant chicken wing to Bernardi and some neat footwork from the diminutive winger to finish off, and he's got in for try number 4 and a somewhat simpler conversion this time for Solomons. That should take it into a 6-point advantage for the home side.
Poor old Clinton argue the Sharks hooker clutching at thin air there. Bernardi's so quick off the mark, isn't he? So his first 5 meters, where he's got that explosive pace. And the Sharks defense had no answer for that. Of course, as called by Gareth Wright once again, you know, get that man Kemp in some space. He got the magic offload away. Look at that. Bernardi with the step and then boom, off that right foot. Yeah, they weren't going to catch him there.
So 28 plays 22. Just the start the home side would have wanted going into the second 40.
Well, there you go. It's tries either side of half time, isn't it? That's also the bonus point wrapped up, we should mention. Kind of feel like whichever team comes second here today is going to end with 2 bonus points, Gareth. It's been that sort of ding-dong battle, you score, I score sort of thing. Davids wins it cleanly, and he's just going to go straight, isn't he? Gives it to Steenkamp, and he can stretch his legs. This guy's got pace. Puts the kick in, and he's going to back his pace, searing pace. Moorman's there to cover. Steenkamp brings him down in the 22. That was great awareness of the restart from the DHL Stormers Bolts. They identified the space and they took it. Now they're back on the attack again, and we've got the Sharks Gen with possession in their 22 from the kickoff. Slow ball for the Durban side now. They're going to want Meyer to put this into the stands, aren't they? That was not the plan when Bernardi scored the try. Meyer looks to have found a good touch once again. Solomon's thought about taking it quickly, but yeah, he's carved off some real estate there, hasn't he?
Good tactical nous from Randall John Daly. He's been exceptional in the restart receive, and he found space to Jordan Steenkamp. Now, wow, what express pace he's got. He should have backed himself, I felt. Just have a crack inside, outside. However, it's worked out some good, massive territorial gain for this Bolt side, and it will be Kaiser now to feed that line out.
Once again, Gareth, it's an offload that got the DHL Stormers Bolts into some space there, wasn't it? You don't want to overdo it, but it's obviously a way to get through or around this Sharks defense. There goes Bardenhorst again, getting over the advantage line. He's been so consistent today. Solomons goes wide, and it's the other Bardenhorst, David Bardenhorst. It's brought down on the 10 meter. DHL Stormers Bolts now, they've just scored. They can keep the territorial ascendancy. Start to put some real pressure on this Sharks Gen side, but the ball's been lost forward, and we'll have a scrum.
Well, they'll be disappointed with that for the Stormers Bolt side. They just look laboured in their attack. Sometimes the attack this afternoon has been somewhat lateral, and it was something that has happened time and again for this Bolt side. However, they certainly have shown up well in the wider channels when they've spun it into space. I've been really impressed with Sam Bardenhorst and his combination with Randall John Davids. They've come into the game more often as the game has progressed. And you just have backs to burn with express pace in Bardenhorst, Bernardi, and of course Steenkamp. So that surely is the recipe going forward in the second half.
No, it's an amazing backline. If you think about the fact that Dylan Miller and Marcus Muller are playing in the Currie Cup game today, the talent's on display, and I think a lot of credit has to go to the recruitment team at Stormers Rugby. Gareth, you know, that Stormers Institute was revived this season. Rob Wagner and Alan Schultz and everyone involved in the juniors doing fantastic work. We've seen the intake for next season.
It's good positional play by Bardenhorst. Now, what can he conjure up? And a willingness to run as David Bardenhorst.
It's done well. Takes it up to the 22. It was a solid scrum from the Sharks, and they made a good clearance. Then now this one's lost forward. Kemp bit off a bit more than he could chew there. It's kind of put his team under a little bit of pressure now. As the Sharks Gen get a chance coming up to the 22. It's another spilled ball, and the visitors have some advantage now from a knock-on. In hard over the ball there. Time for the DHL Stormers Bolts to show what they can do on defense now. That's a wayward pass. It goes wide somehow to Williams, who's also been impressive, to be honest, Gareth. Williams is a big wing with some decent pace. DHL Stormers Bolts showing up well in defense here, getting off the line hard, putting some pressure on the attacking side. Bit of broken play now. Can they get it structured? Can they get organized?
The advantage is over for the knock-on.
So the numbers
comes
to
the
burn
Sharks
over
Gen.
Sharks.
Straight at Badenhorst. Feeling his shoulder after that one. A good little kick over the top from Meyer. But Solomons has done well, positioned himself nicely. And that's the end of that.
Looks like Badenhorst has just done himself a slight injury on that right shoulder. Just looks like he could have got a stinger on that right arm. He's back on his feet. So now Solomon will need to carve off some territory.
Yeah. Badenhorst had the Sharks wing, Lisbon Teta, run straight at him and had to put the big left shoulder in. Should be all right. Welcome to Pro Rugby, mate.
Let's go, Sharks. Let's go. Let's go, Sharks.
Quintanago with the feed now. Sharks Gen are going to need to respond here. Again, it's a good contest. You can see from the start of the second half, the Stormers Bolts have started contesting the line out, and they're seeing good change out of it, Gareth. That is not the sort of ball that the Sharks Gen would have been thinking about when they called that line out.
Well, absolutely. They've set a pot up at 2 and 1 at 4. So it's making the line out feed a little bit more difficult for Quintanago, who had it all his own way in that first half. Now it's somewhat different. The recipe's changed. So what can they conjure up? Scrum times have been a little bit messy, if one has to be brutally honest. Now, he just wants to get a solid hit, does Henry Duplessis and Zach Hickman. And in the middle of that front row is Amira Kaza. Seen what they can do.
I mean, they've started contesting the lineouts in the second half, and they've seen good change from it. You know, they should want to do the same thing at the scrum. That's where it all starts. It's set piece ascendancy.
Well, it looks like Bitterberg has just got a bit of cramp receiving a bit of running repairs.
We've got a tactical water break happening here. It's amazing the influence of Donald Trump and Gianni Infantino on modern sports.
Mike, on your side, the USA bowed out in the round of 16. You were bitterly disappointed, of course.
Feels like every time we're getting
I
into
remember seeing your Instagram post of tears running down your cheeks for the Stars and the Stripes.
Well, look, this is no FIFA World Cup. This is the SA Rugby U20 Cup. But gripping stuff nonetheless. DHL Stormers Bolts with a 28-22 lead. Those 6-point leads that make you feel uneasy, don't they, Gareth? It's you're one intercept away from heartbreak, aren't you? So what you really want in this scenario as the home side is get one more score on the board. Make the other team score twice. Changes the whole dynamic of the game.
Well, first things first now, scrum time. What can both sides conjure up? The Sharks will be looking to try nullify this Stormers Bolts defense, while this Stormers Bolts side will be wanting to get the heat on.
Heat is certainly on here. It's a belter of a day in Cape Town. Midday rugby. That's a strong shot from the DHL Stormers Bolts, and they get the reward. There's your 8-man effort, and look what it means to the players. Brits takes it quickly. Now with Badenhorst, he goes straight up the middle. Brits is there in support. I've got it on the front foot now. Can they get into the 22, Gareth? Here goes Da Costa. He really has done yeoman work today, Aiden Da Costa. It's now Solomon's hoists. What's the chase like on that? Looks like Steen comes after it, and Mtetwa does well, claims the mark. And Mtetwa's off and running. his opposite number, Steenkamp, was obviously out of position. And it's bounced well for the Sharks, Jen.
Yeah, he just thought it was the wrong decision from Jaden Brits. The pack have just done unbelievable work at scrum time, decided to tap and go. And the body language is just seeped out of that pack when they concede 20 or so meters when they should be actually mauling inside the 22.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of game management, a little bit of inexperience by the short-haired terrier in Jaden Brits. But he'll learn and he'll progress as time goes on.
Couple of dirty looks for the scrum half from the big boys.
Yeah. Well, they certainly won't be putting their arm around him and giving him a beer afterwards in the change room.
Big boys have got the ball though. Kaizenau with the put in. Will the Sharks contest in the same way that the Stormers side have? They go up, but it's a good ball to the back. Here's that man, Sam Bardenhorst again, fighting his way through the contact. He's got a bit of mongrel to him, doesn't he?
It's been impressive, has Bardenhorst. He really has shown up well as the inside centre.
Jaden Brits goes high.
That's a great kick
And
from
Stem
Brits.
comes under this one. It'll be him against Mtetwa again. Mtetwa does well. It's another good high ball that Mtetwa took. He was exposed a little bit earlier with Bernardi ending up scoring. Now, Sharks Jen have got a bit of space out wide. And it's Williams, the other wing, who's also looked good. Bernardi loses that one forward. And Williams is there to pick up the scraps. Now, can the DHL Stormers Bolts get organised? Serious questions being asked of defence here from the visitors. And it's a breakdown turnover again, taken quickly as Bernardi this time. He kicks over the top. He wants to go all the way himself. Will the ball bounce nicely for him? No, it won't. Bounces nicely for Williams. Bernardi looked like a Jack Russell snapping at the heels of a bigger dog there. Durban side have secured it just outside the 22. Again, a quick tap from a penalty, Gareth. That one ended up in about a 50-meter net gain for the DHL Stormers Bolts. Sharks Jen, you can see they're sucking the big ones.
No.
Just slowing the game down a little bit. It's been a bit frenetic end to end. Meyer puts it to the boot. It's a good contest, but he was in front of the kicker. I mean, this is again in a prime position. Are they going to keep quick tapping here? Surely.
Surely, slow it down. I remember once I wanted a quick tap and go for Province. Corner Cricker pulled me by the scruff of the neck. That ended that conversation very quickly. Stick it into the corner. As we see a number of Sharks players strewn all over the field, the intensity of this contest is now getting to them. It's time for this Bolt side to ramp it up now. They certainly have what it takes to run them off their feet. And just one must doff one's cap to Gert Kemp. He has been outstanding at the breakdown, winning that initial breakdown penalty where Bernardi tapped and went right out here, Jack Bernardi, but he needed the bounce of the rugby ball to go into his hands. Unfortunately, it went the way of the opposition if you were a Bolts fan. And it's certainly the Sharks next generation side who are under the cosh.
Yeah, well, look, we might not have Corne Cricker and Gareth Wright out here today. We have got Gert Kemp and Jaden Brits, and they've been pretty impressive. DHL Stormers Bolts now in the 22 with a 6-point lead, 15 minutes into the second half. You're going to want to make this count, aren't you, Gareth?
Absolutely.
A try here puts them firmly in the driver's seat to take a full house of 5 points from the first game of the season.
Well, first things first. Amira Kazan has got to find his jumpers. And Alex Smith has proved to be one of the outstanding jumpers at Lama Time. And again, it's Smith as the maul gets rumbling forward towards that Sharks line.
Solid stuff from the DHL Stormers Bolts. Can they make this count now? In the 22. Maul's brought down.
No.
Ref's happy with it. And it's the forwards who go to work now. Good forward momentum in the carry. Looks like that might have been knocked on at the base there. No, but it's all good. Kemp gets it away to Davids. They're right under the poles now. Solomons steps, slips. That one's going to be costly. Need something to happen. Need something to get them on the front foot here. Brits picks it up quickly, and they were onto him a bit too quickly there. It's a bit of It's a high tackle in the 22. And it's advantage to the DHL Stormers Bolts. Fritz goes inside. Forward say we want to get this one done. Looking for a seam there, just looking for a little gap to get on the front foot. Let those forwards come around the corner. They're right next to the poles now. And he crashes over. Is that Alex Smith? Great try for the DHL Stormers Bolts from Alex Smith. Wave after wave.
And for the first time, they've come around the corner. Deft touch from the Costa, who fed one of his big runners outside. Look at the clean-up coming in here from Kemp now. Great work that allows the run, the looping run from Smith. And a well-timed pass from Jaden Brits means that the Stormers, both sides, have got in for their 5th try of the afternoon. That's converted from Solomon.
It's great work from the forward pack, Gareth. You know, they were perhaps under a little bit of pressure there in the first half.
But Mike, you see they've gone same side, tiring the fold of the Shark side, and it's proved to be fruitful in their endeavours.
Oof. Kemp with a vicious clean out, and Smith goes over for the try. Right. So we've got 22 minutes left to play here. DHL Stormers Bolts with the 35-22 lead. That's 2 unanswered tries in the second half, Gareth. Been really impressive since half time from the home side, hasn't it?
Absolutely. They've just managed to grab the ascendancy. And it's this part of the game again. The Sharks kicking it to Randall John Davids. And
Davids looks to get on the game again. Surely that was knocked on in the tackle. Oh, surely. Yeah. So the scrum will be just outside the 22, crucially. Again, the restart went to Davids, and again he looked down that blind side to link up with Steenkamp.
They've just gone straight from 9 to 12. Barnwell's trucking it up in midfield, and then Brits to employ that contestable kick. Surely now, just try change it up, change that backfield a little bit.
Let's move back.
Try for something different. Go in behind Sam Barnwell's back. Have a run at them, bring them up, force them, run to kick. Let the 15 of the Sharks under 20 side Mormon close the gap and put it in behind them.
Okay, so we've had the whole play mapped out for us by Gareth, everyone. Let's see if they can pull this one off. Fritz with the put in just outside the 22. Solid. And they'll put this one in again. You can see the Sharks team are coming for them at the scrum.
Oh, lots of shouting and cajoling there at scrum time. Sounded like your bachelor's, Michael.
If only you knew, Gareth. Now, we saw an attack from the DHL Stormers Bolts last time the Sharks team had a put in. And we're seeing the same thing here. They really need to get a result from this scrum to get themselves back in this game. You see the whole DHL Stormers 23 team coming out in the balcony here to come and watch the juniors. Great support shown. We saw in the Colin Currie Cup game against the Griquas how the DHL Stormers squad, who'd be busy with preseason, all came out to support the DHL Stormers 23. So great support from within the playing group for each other. It's another strong scrum from the Durban side. And this time they've won the penalty. And this time it's their turn to celebrate. You can see there's some pretty strong feelings up front there. Smith and Kaiser. Oh, someone's gone down. I'm not sure if that was a Neymar situation or if it was just that he tripped.
So now, it's time now for this Bolt side. They've got to get their line-up ball defence up and running now, as Pitberg has stuck it in, not as close as he wanted it to be on the 5-metre line. But the Stormers Bolts have got to lock in. For the Sharks, well, they need a response, and they need a response quickly if they are to stay in this contest.
Well, Gareth, just when you thought that the one team was getting the upper hand, you know, now we're back in that familiar position where Sharks team have got an attacking line-out. We've seen that more, how dangerous it's been in the first half. And now they're getting a chance to do the same on the opposite end of the ground. It's another strong maul. It's brought down. Referee's happy that that was sacked legally. It was probably a fairly good outcome in the end for the Bolts. Big hits in the 22. That is crucial. That man Bardnorst again at the center of that double hit. The ball is spat out on the Bolt side. Aiden DaCosta, a few choice words for his opposite number there. Brits now is able to clear, and that's a great kick. Over Mtetwa's shoulder, bounces out on halfway line. I mean,
Well, some tigerish defence there by Sam Bardnorst and Randall John Davis. Again, they've really come to the fore. It's the unseen work that they've done on defence that have made it count.
it was impressive. We were talking up Dirk Mayer in the first half and the way he controlled the game from the base. That clearance from Jaden Brits was world class.
Well, that's now going to get an arm around him in a ice cold one off the beer from his forwards. If
Lines
Yeah,
the middle,
continues
James. Lines
with
the
that.
middle.
Probably a
That's
little
right.
bit more popular with the big boys after he's marched them about 40 meters up the field. So hopefully he can stay in their good books. Again, they look keen to contest this one. It goes over the back. It's a burner. And the DHL Stormers Bolts come away with it. So that one's gone horribly wrong. There was no one from the Sharks back line up for that one. Again, they're on the front foot now. So they managed to hold
13
out
offside.
in the 22. Now what can the DHL Stormers Bolts do with a bit of advantage? Here goes Bardnorst. Bardnorst and Davids linked up really, really well today as a centre pairing, haven't they, Gareth?
Absolutely, a front foot ball for this DHL Stormers Bolt side. There's no one in behind. If Solomons can just find a little bit of kick space.
Solomons with a little show and go there. Stopped dead in his tracks, wasn't he, on the 22? Head down in force now from the DHL Stormers Bolts. Kaiser, not much sidestepping he does, is there? Brits, oh no, that's gone horribly wrong.
No
But they were
advantage.
offside
Number 13,
anyway.
never onside.
Coming back, referee Stian Marks, fair as ever. Mr. Marks,
Well, there's some tired bodies out there. Both sides would look to go to the bench now. Surely you've got 15 or so minutes. Empty the tanks. Get your bench on. There's some tired and lethargic bodies out there.
Gareth, we've seen how Ryan Solomons hasn't missed a kick at goal, and yeah, they've called for the kicking tee, it looks like, which surely is the right call in this situation. You're, what is it, 13 points up. Want to make them score 3 times,
Time to
don't
stop
you?
today.
Yeah, it's the right decision. Build the lead. Give your forwards a bit of a breather. Take the 60 seconds on offer.
I mean, he's been impressive off the kicking tee, as I say, 4 out of 4 conversions. 5 out of 5, excuse me, of course. And, you know, in this age group, you've got the likes of Yakin Ahmed, but clearly the depth on show here. Another fly half who's nailed every kick so far, so look to add another 3 from the tee. Ryan Solomons.
Just mind the language on the face.
It's another good strike. Assistant referees like that one too. That takes it up to 38-22. So that's 16-point lead with 15 minutes to go.
Thumbs up.
It's where you want to be. Jonathan van der Walt, the head coach, probably sitting a little easier in his chair in the coach's box. Gareth.
Absolutely. So 38 plays 22 with 14 or so minutes left on the clock. As we see Alex Smith making way and Randall John Davids, who has made his way off the field. Some strong performances from both these players.
Yeah. Smith's been good at the lineouts. Obviously, took his try well too. Davids linking up with Sam Bardnorst in midfield really impressively.
Just waiting their subs.
Again, there's obviously another 13 who's contracted in his age group with Stormers Rugby called Marcus
back
Miller.
on.
He'll be in action for the Colin Curry Cup side a little bit later. But David's really showing what he's all about today. DHL Stormers Bolts secured just outside the 22. Looks like Brits is going to put this one high. Steenkamp after it again. And Tetwa, he's done well. He's caught it above his head, over his shoulder. That was on the boundary. There goes to Costa. He has not held back 1 second, has he? Ball one back, and Brits puts in a nice little dink over the top.
Well, Sharks have to run from deep now. Time of
He's put that one out on the full, has he? Yes. It's out on the full.
I just thought that was the wrong decision from the Sharks. Tactically, the sands of time are beginning to tick away.
The thing is, Gareth, what do the Sharks team want? They want their forwards to have the ball in the 22 so that they can maul and go route one. So it makes sense that they're trying to kick it into the 22 to get there. They're not going to score tries by running from their own 22.
Well, Mark, the way I see it, you are 17 points adrift to win this game. You've got to throw caution to the wind.
Now they've got to make something happen. Here goes Kaiser. The line out. Not contested that time, and it's knocked on by Brits. It's poor delivery from the line out, to be fair. Ethan Combrink on for Smith. And he won it cleanly. Obviously keen to make an impression. Combrink, good take, but yeah. At the feet of a scrum off, those are always tough.
You leave it at that. It's a scrum off's worst nightmare. Poor delivery. No chance. Now, in the last scrum, well, Sharks steamrolled this Bolt side, so
yeah,
they'll be looking
it was
to
the Bolts put it,
replicate
wasn't it, Gareth? So
Yeah.
let's see how the Bolts can attack them here. We've got some fresh legs on in the second row, we know. Same loose trio that started the game. Mayer now with speed. Kaiser's popped up immediately, and they'll reset that one. Again, we see the team without the ball really putting the heat on at scrum time.
Okay, both backs, let's stay in the fight. We're both standing up. Let's stay low.
So just looking for a bit of stability as referee marks. It's been a battle royale up front, Mike, as I say in the classics. So
He's all about equality, isn't he, Mr. Marks?
Sharks feed. They've set
Rather
very
manifesto
deep.
or something.
The Sharks have set very deep on attack now. We'd expect them to have a crack here. Try.
They got it, don't
Work
they?
something
16
out.
points down. They got the short arm. Mayer's got to go quickly. Got to make something happen. Give it to the backs and show what they can do. Goes wide very quickly. Bolts are having to scramble on defense, but they've done well to bring them down on the 10 meter. It's basically in line with where the scrum was. And this is where, you know, your hunger on defense is tested. We're into the last 10 minutes of the game now. You know, good stepping from the Sharks side. They're obviously desperate to make something happen. Now we're going to see which of these Bolts players is there for the last 10 minutes. And it's going to give you absolutely everything, no matter how tired they are. Very impressive.
Great work by Mela Makula. He was caught a little bit out of position on defense. He backtracked. He made a wonderful try-saving tackle. And he's managed to, in fact, as Tyron Gombe has made his way onto the field in the number 21 jersey. And then he had the presence of mind to get on his feet and win the turnover. Great work in defense by Gombe.
Yeah, crucial breakdown penalty that. So frustrating for the Shark side. Solomons finds good touch, safe touch, just outside the 22. Don't really need any more fireworks from this Bolt side, do you? You just want them to close the game out now. You want to show, can they actually finish it?
Well, you know, if you get another penalty, you smack it into the corner, you go 45-22, game over. As we see a plethora of replacements warming up for this Bolt side. 16, Kabrawoski,
Yeah,
They look like they're all going to make their way out the field.
you want to
Mela
empty the bench,
Makula.
don't you? It's the first game of the season. I mean, they're 16 points up with 10 minutes to play. You want to give the guys a chance to say that they got out there. Ball is tapped back. Brits, no way through, so he takes it up himself. Does he have enough support? Looks like he does. Solomons goes in to do the job in Brits' absence. Does well as they go over the 22 now. Looking for that final nail in the coffin for the Sharks gen side. DHL Stormers Bolts. As we said, 14 players not available in this team. They've still come out, scored 5 tries at DHL Stadium, and now their defense is going to be really tested. That was the flattest pass anyone's ever seen. In fact,
forward pass.
okay, so it did go forward. It wasn't just my
If it
eyes,
goes
right?
out there and it's forward, it's a forward pass. So here we see
Here we go now.
tumultuous roar as a surfeit of replacements comes onto the field. 16, 17, 18, Kabrawalski, Dow, and Twana made their way into the front row as Jaden Britz's afternoon has also come to an end. So a workmanlike performance as the Terrier at number 9, and a good shift from that front row as well in Duplessis, Hickman and Kaiser.
Great cheer as the Bolt squad, or I don't know if that's what we should call them, the Storm squad, took the field, and great appreciation from the crowd gathered here in the grandstand at DHL Stadium for the shift put in by these youngsters. It's great to have the Bolts playing at DHL Stadium ahead of a big Colin Curry Cup fixture. Feels like the right place to launch this new era, Gareth.
Absolutely, and of course, in days gone by, you always had a 20 curtain raiser for the main side, and it's fantastic to see it back in the stadium.
Scrum feed now. Great pace there from Tyron Gombe. We go into the 22. And it's a finish from Solomons.
Oh, Gombe just shut down the blind side. It opened up for him, and then follow-up work from Rayon Solomons. Look at this. Quick as you like. Scrum feed has wheeled the way of this Bolt side, and then Gombe, well, it looked like it could have been a knock-on. Well,
talk about fresh legs, Gareth. Gombe comes on, sniper on the blind side, and like a bolt from the blue under these blue skies in Cape Town today, it's Rayon Solomons. He's kicked 6 from 6, and now he's added a try.
very proficient off that kicking tee.
18 points on his own with this kick to come to make it around 20 for the day. Great to see what we've got in this age group. Beyond Yakin Ahmed, of course. And he's nailed that one too. What a kick from Rayon Solomons. Flawless off the kicking tee. Kurt Coleman jogging back there with him. Very happy with his outing today. Let's have a look again. Gombe, how's that for pace? He's obviously come on and wanting to make an impression. The tired legs for the Sharks out wide. Great pickup from Solomons. Little show. Bernardi thought he was in, but didn't need him in the end. 6 tries, 6 converted tries and a penalty for the DHL Stormers Bolts. 3 in each half, Gareth. It's been a really impressive performance, especially in the second half.
Oh, no, that's horrific. That's got to be a yellow card. He's landed on his neck. Oh, dear. Oh, we just hope he's all right.
Looks like everyone's okay.
Well, it's just poor appreciation of the laws. It was a high-hanging restart. He just needed to bide his time, and he's just taken the legs up. Well,
Was
clear contest in the
halftime
air.
score was
He's not in the
22-21
realistic position to catch
to the
ball,
Sharks'
and he
gin.
plays the play
Is that
in the
right?
air, makes a
they
tackle,
haven't
that's
scored a
yellow
point
card.
in the second half, and it's a yellow card that has been issued the way of the Sharks after a horrific collision in the air.
Yeah, obviously very keen to get the ball back and make something happen. It's been, as I say, 24-0 in the second half to the DHL Stormers Bolts. It's been clinical from them since half time. And Gareth, I think what's really encouraging is you could see a complete shift in the way they were playing. In other words, the messages they were getting from the coaches at half time were spot on. And the plans that they made for the way that they wanted to come out and play in the second half have really kind of borne fruit, haven't they?
Absolutely, and the man in the bin is William Riddle, who will finish out the remainder of this contest on the side of the field.
Okay, well now the only real question left is, can they hit 50? One more try, 5 minutes to play, and Bernardi's after this one again.
22 is on.
It's a great kick from Solomons. Bernardi's look for work. He's the right wing, running on the left wing, chasing the ball. The Sharks Jenna have to come from there, 22 now.
Good tactical appreciation. Just turning the Sharks, sucking the life out of this contest now, squeezing the last bit of lemon.
I mean, we've been talking about Solomon's kicking, but he really has running the game quite impressively. It's a line out one. DHL Stormers Bolts chuck it up in midfield. Here we go. Solomon again with the wide pass out to Steenkamp. It's good hands. They're going to walk over, aren't they? No, they're not. Put the mockers on them there. Sharks Gen once more being asked to make tackle after tackle in the 22. Bernardi gets involved. Bernardi once more. Solomons with a big pass over the top. It's Bardenhorst, the fullback. That's a great finish in the corner. Number 23, Luka Pokita.
It's just been a contrast from that first half. They've spun the ball into wide channels, Mark, as we were calling for. And this time, Potgieter is a worthy recipient. Have a look out the back door, then the cut-out ball across the face, and a neat work from Bardenhorst to pop inside to Potgieter, and he had enough strength and power to bundle through a would-be tackler.
Well, it's a good thing Bardenhorst's arms are so long. I mean, that's the only way he was catching that ball. And then getting it into Luka Pokita. It wasn't a walkover, that try. He had a lot of work to do. He basically had a defender hanging on him. Now Solomons with another touchline conversion to try and keep his 100% strike rate off the tee today. Jeez. And that's the first one he's missed. He's just gone away to the left. Nearly charged down. Not the first time today that he's been close to charge down. Doesn't really matter too much though, does it? 50-22.
Again, it was the carry. So Gert Kemp's got his hand on the ball more often in the second half. He's got forward ascendancy. And then the space was utilised out wide, and great finishing from Potgieter.
Yeah, you're right. Kemp has been so impressive with the ball in hand. He's got over the advantage line every time he's carried it. Puts his team on the front foot, and that's exactly what a team with a backline like this wants, aren't they? That's the half century for the DHL Stormers Bolts. What a way to kick off a new era. Sharks juniors are known for their good recruitment. Always talented young players within their structures.
Now, that's the powers that be will be delighted with this effort from the juniors, considering the amount of players that are unavailable for selection in the sports side. Of course, they want to go one better this year and try win a junior competition. And they've started in a right way and shown some wonderful tactical nous in the second half to kick off their competition in a rich vein of form.
Gareth, as a kicking coach, you'll love a 50-22 more than anyone, but that's also been the scoreline here today. Incredible effort from the youngsters. Sharks Gen looking for a consolation now as they carry it into the 22.
Surely that's held up.
It's held up. It's the messiest maul anyone's ever seen at this point. And surely it's not coming out of there. No.
Much better defensive effort in the second half, and the discipline, I think, has been key to the foundation of this victory, Mark. They haven't given away Middle-earth penalties that have allowed this Sharks pack to get forward momentum. As you saw in that first half, 4 more tries, and they took that off the table at halftime. And a wonderful second half performance from this Bolts side.
Yeah, as I say, I think there was just a clear reaction to the way that the Sharks had played in the first half. They understood what the Sharks were trying to do. They made clear plans. How can we make life difficult for them? And they just executed those plans magnificently in the second half. So, really impressive performance from the players. But also, I'd say, from the coaches. Gombe now, will he have another run? No, he goes to Solomons this time, and they've got a bit of space out there. Here's a try scorer, Pokita. Can he get it away to Steenkamp? Outside centre, takes it up to the 10-metre line. And here they go now. Bernardi, marvellous, if you ask me. Gombe now with quick ball for Solomons. It's a great pass. As they steam over the halfway line now. Solomons again pulling the strings. He's just grown in confidence as the game's gone on, hasn't he, Gareth?
He's put in a neat performance as a pivot, but they'll want to finish with one last opportunity to this Bolt side.
Why not?
Penalty advantage accrued,
Step,
so it's a free
big
hit.
fend. Can they finish with a flourish now? Got over 1,000 people here at DHL Stadium watching this game so far. It's great hands. And they've kept the ball alive nicely. Here goes Bernardi. He's got Steenkamp next to him. Will he need him? Yes, he does. Steenkamp goes over to put an exclamation mark on what has been an absolute clinic in the second half from the DHL Stormers Bolts. Unbelievable dominance.
Great work. Putting the ball through the hands, and then look at the work done in the final throws from
It's these offloads. That's been the key to unlocking the Sharks' defense.
But again, putting the ball into space, drawn pass, inside shoulder, free up the outside man, and there goes Steenkamp, easy as you like, for his second of the afternoon a brace. And that certainly has wrapped it up for this DHL Stormers Bolts under 20 side, who have put in a very, very impressive performance in this opener of this SA Under 20 Cup competition.
So when Bernardi gets the ball in space, just looks so dangerous, doesn't he? I mean, having an instinctual finisher like Steenkamp right there with him, there was only
10
one
seconds.
outcome there. Solomon now tried to add the extra 2. Again, takes his time. And that one's away to the left. So they'll end 55-22. 55-22 after being 22-21 at half time. 34-0 in the second half, Gareth.
8 tries plays for 12 tries in totality. Wonderful exhibition of rugby down here at the DHL Stadium. And it is this DHL Stormers Bolt side who have kicked off their competition in emphatic style by beating their counterparts from KZN 55 points to 22.
Well, what a way to start a new era with a huge home win here at DHL Stadium against a decent Sharks Gen side, and just fills you with hope for the rest of the campaign, doesn't it? You know, if this is the starting point here at DHL Stadium under blue skies, and we know we've got 14 players who didn't even feature in this match 23 today, the future looks bright for the DHL Stormers Bolts.
Yeah, absolutely. So, more she wrote from the DHL Stadium here. It is the Stormers Bolts side who have run out victorious against their counterparts from KZN by 55 points